same Sunday, 23, 2014. This is 12:45, and a very special person and state member of US and even ICC in a very special way asked me to clarify something. I said in the before video, and apologizing again for the words, because of the name of Adonai, because of the name of every one of those I love, which Adonai claims on his own reality for himself, and for the name of mine, about what I just referred so qualifyingly over a lot around here, with the harms and damages we every day suffer. So this is like to clarify something and ampliate in terms. I said about she were housekeeping, cleaning services, my mother making, and I am not embarrassed of her. This is because of a lot of people will ever say that I will be just a poor guy around and something like a very klotz betranquilishment, but there is not everybody who says this, of course. Just some evil ways to saying everything, and other format with a very pride which doesn't drive in nothing but having no values and not respect for not the reality of the worth. So suddenly, I just said this not because of I should being embarrassed. There's not a point over this. The reality of this all drives me to the expression to say I'm proud of her. It happened that my mother, Irene, simply she were brought from St. Louis province, Buenos Aires, where she born and grew her children, by my grandmother, Ermelinda Redemi. She'd come to living here because of my grand aunt, Elvira Ballester, which we call Marta, which will be Martha. Simply were insisting her and telling her to bring her into Buenos Aires because of she were in danger there, about her relates. So suddenly, at the 11 years old, Irene is brought into Argentina, Buenos Aires. I mean, because of for a lot of like Kirchner's, Argentina is only Buenos Aires city and all around to handle. At the borders beyond, oh, there's nothing. We are just let Chambers come to do that. Oh yeah, don't you worry. We can handle Argentina. Sorry. Well, the clear thing over this, https www hipócrita, mentirosa, maldita y engendro de Lucifer .int, all followed, sorry, F5 OS recall, the last key. Well, sorry this. Over this situation, this reality brings at the truth that she got so young, too young, widow. She had birthed 4 kids, 3 mayor sisters than I, one of 52, other of 51, another of 48, 49 already, and me. So suddenly, it happened that she were pregnant of a 5th, and whenever she got widow in the pain, she got a spontaneous abortion. So suddenly, over this soul, she got in a very life crisis, and like never before, she started to suffer asthma and a very severe crisis, on and on, one after another, every week, every month, and for about 3 years, she just were assisted medical emergencies, permanently internated at severe times and medicated with these problems, which she never shown or came to suffer before. So there were like she wanted to die. So somatized a very character of an emergency of her own life. What do I do now alone with 4 little kids and with nothing in my pocket and with nothing to care? And suffering a very condition of a very corrupted family over her husbands, which they cut as best they could. They've done as best they had in hand, very bad raised, very formatted as could have in life, and surviving them humanities and them ways as they could. Suddenly she were like a servant for them all in the house, to saying, I'm going to serve them and put my face down and my head down for whatever they to say, and ahead for I do not be in the streets with my kids. So we suffered severe problems in that family and really severe situations, which it is not for the treating now here. Well, at the reality of this all, after this moments of crisis, she got a little bit stable, keeping with this steroids drinking, which there is, I don't remember the name of this drugs, but it is related over steroids. Cortisona and corticosteroids. So suddenly, the reality of this all is that she got in a very health situation and got severe problems for this, and also a very, until today, hepatic will be liver insufficiency, right? There is a very, very situation that she suffers every day around, over with diets and medications and everything. It's like a very bad thing she is taking or eating. She gotta be really careful about everything. So suddenly suddenly about this whole conditions. Oh gosh. About this whole conditions, she gets about to start working again, like she went around over her children and her teenagers at the command of Ermelinda Redemi, my grandmother. So she started to work at what she knew and what she could done, housekeeping on family houses, cleaning services, and that's the way she raised us, with no deflecting her life, with no making no crime, no corruption, no nothing at all, like this disgusting bunch of cockroaches of hell, thirst to saying, with a whole of a forgeries, liars, and degenerates all around permanently. So further this, I am proud of my mother, because of she could, as she had in hand, as best honest, as best clean, as best all she could carry in life, raised my 3 sisters and to me, giving us education, giving us clothes, giving us a food, a plate of food in table, giving us everything as we could ever need on the basics for we to grow and we to making our lives. Suddenly I'm so sorry I couldn't making better, because if I were all the time destroyed by this genders of abominable damn shit, which until today keeps making the same thing, and promoting the whole of the damages and the generations upon my life, for I to never grow up and I will never have nothing and never be a succeed about nothing at all. So suddenly the reality of this all is I am not embarrassed of her and what she best could do. This is no embarrassing whenever there are values and love and reality. She given me the best she could, and I am so welcome to her because of this, and proud of her that she made it the best. The problem of this is how ill she got about this pretended of government, which are an embarrassing abomination, disgusting powers, whores, and disgusting Leikinti Kamatrahini Mishkipata Hanam. I am not going to lose my position, my title, and my career. Here to pay for whatever they want, but I am not going to lose anything. How much is judge or prosecutor? Can we arrange anything? I can give you this. How much do you need for this to be off? And so much other things around of the damn disgusting horse of government of the city of Buenos Aires and the pardon for victims and innocents. Oh, this can be, possibly can be bad practice. Oh, we are going to see what we do, Aaron. Oh my God. I'm sorry this, Borda, but suddenly you gotta grow and you gotta understand that you cannot play with the health of the people and lives of people for your careers, your titles, and whatever you have in hands. And much other. And neither to sustain and help and afford the the generations of less humanity making about your colleagues. Understand, if you ever see this. And you kidnapped me, and I never were the virus, and I never needed your medications, and I never needed your treatments, and I never were for internations, for being kidnapped, unless for made an up, forged, them hell less humanity cause of a them whore that pretends of a judge, of a them that generates sodomite rapists of all gender, whole age, sickle shit of armed forces, your buddies, chiefs of Federal Police of Argentina, and the armed forces that are with you. What is going to happen to you? Well, sorry for this. The reality of this, Your Honor, John Saunders, Supreme Court of Justice Examination Court, U.S., and Rodi Alkanmanhan of Supreme Court of Justice of Israel, as Edmund Che, Your Honor, ICC New York, amazing, gorgeous, remarkable people. Is exactly this. I am not embarrassed of what my mother could giving me and giving us as the best, honest and clean she could ever have in life, for I to grow up and becoming the person I am. And with all we suffered and all I still suffer and the whole destruction and the generations that I suffered permanently in my life for the reason of this abominable damn shit, I am just proud that she gave me the best that she could. And I could making of my life the one I am, by the hand of Adonai. This should be different. We should be in the care of a lot of people of Israel. We should be in another place, and my children were a disaster, and my teenagers were a disaster, but she gave me the best she could, and she never meant that all to happen, but she were so overwhelmed and so down and so off of the attention because of her suffer and everything that she thought she had carrying and she were carrying until today, and damaged permanently that the real reason of this all came to be like she done the best she could with not pretending no wrong to happen to me or any one of my sisters. But suddenly this is what we got. And yes, the one that were her husband, which is supposed to be my father. We understand I am not a bastard and I am not burned about the normal ways, which is supposed to be my delivers as well. You already have my genetics, my DNA. It's simple like this reality. He were around to saying that we will be better living with his mother, Avelina Costa de Blanco. She were a Spanish woman, radicated here in Argentina, burned in Galicia, Spain, with my grandfather, Eladio Blanco, burned in Galicia as well, Spain, which they were Sephardi from. So suddenly, the reality of this all is as the truth of what we have in hands, and that one which, to being the father of mine, at the marriage of my mother, and Adonai made in his job there, set at us with no home whenever my mother got a benefit by the government in those years that we can have an apartment to living as a family of the grandmother and grandfather and the rest of the family in the common house in Ciudad Evita over Lugano 1 and 2 called here in those times, and my dad father said, give that to my sister because of they needs it more. We can live here with my mother. So suddenly, since then, I were prohibited to having an heredity, a clean life, and a real good moment, which were also arts of the faggots, Ejército Argentino. Sorry the words. Disgusting Sodoma that generates abominable shit of the hell. So suddenly this is what we got, and this is what it is. I am proud of what she could doing and giving us best in the whole of the storm we went through, all through my entire life, and the best she could survive it. But the problem now is this, what you just seen. I said you with this, and I'm sorry again, this whole realities, and this in Buenos Aires is 13:01 this Sunday, and this is me, Alejandro Mario Blanco Redemi, still pretending to do the right best ever I have. And for the whole of the evidences about this whole has happened around, https www cuando el infierno quiere la sangre del santo para hacer la gloria de la abominación y la guerra a su Dios, Hashem, Yahweh, .int, Spanish all followed, as it is written, in F18, which will be for the Berkas Tashmultank system, which reduced at the normal devices for PC and Macintosh. There will be only an F8. OS recall this last key, and also works perfectly well the last bleed I sent to ICC New York. Your Honor at Monte. Thank you for everything you done and you keep on doing, and please be safer as best you can over there. And I'm so sorry for my rage, my terms, my self-denigrating over the whole that I shouldn't say, and whole this suffers, and I wish I could do really much better than this, and I wish I could making something that can deliver us in the best moment. Always this to be in my power to do. We know Adonai is the maker, Adonai is the Elohim, Adonai is the Al-Shkal Chachai, the Enamalti Kamanacham Bel Enchat Sha'enim Taklachim. He is the God. I am the servant. And this will be forever, Shalom. The best regards to everyone, and please everybody to be safer as possible, and I'm sorry this all. Adonai to help us. Shalom.